So in this tank, there are a number of different types of organisms, from the green algae in the back, to the orange sponge in the front, to the slug, and even the hermit crab and the fish swimming in the tank. All living things are made up of cells. They use energy, they respond to their environment, they reproduce, and they grow and develop. So let's take a look in this tank and see if we could see some examples of those. To show you how things reproduce and grow and develop, on the side of this tank I have a very tiny starfish that you could see. But it's so small it's kind of hard to see with just our naked eye. So what I'm going to do is I have an iPad and I attached a microscope to it. So let's take a look at this little tiny starfish that is growing and developing. And it reproduced. I didn't put it in there. It reproduced from another starfish that I must have had years ago. And there it is. So this tiny starfish came from a different starfish in my tank reproducing. In addition, next to it, you could see some unicellular creatures. And some multicellular as well. Unicellular creatures are only made of one cell. Multicellular creatures are made up of many cells. But some are so tiny, even the multicellular creatures, we need a microscope in order to see them. So with the aid of this microscope connected to my iPad, we could see that my tank is just teeming with life. And actually, you could see this one growing and developing right now. It's shedding its exoskeleton. That's an arthropod. And so this one right here that I'm going to point to with my finger has a part of its exoskeleton that it is shedding because it is growing and developing. So all living things, doesn't matter if you're the algae over here or you're these unicellular little creatures swimming around, these little tiny cells, or you're multicellular like this starfish. All living things are made up of cells. They grow and reproduce, and they also utilize energy. The algae is using energy from the lights of my tank. The starfish is actually scraping and eating the algae off the side of the tank.